Ain't it beautiful? It's hard to believe that came out 25 years ago, man. Alright. I know you're not here to talk about a 25-year-old video game with me, so hello and welcome to another episode of Halo Combat Evolved without taking any damage. In today's episode, we will be tackling the level Halo. The rules are quite simple. I have a maximum HP of 1, so any damage from any source will immediately kill me. My shield is disabled, as well as overshields. Any speedrunning skips or strategies are allowed as long as they can be completed without taking any damage. With that out of the way, I'll get to it. You go ahead. I'm gonna take in the scenery just a little while longer.
Chief? Chief, can you hear me? At last. Are you alright?
From time to time, you may notice that the death counter and timer will jump up a few numbers. This is due to the fact that I cut out all unsuccessful attempts of each checkpoint. This is to save time and to preserve the integrity of the run by allowing you to see the run through and through to the end of the level. If this were a speed run, I would have ran over to the cliff face and done a grenade jump to skip the Banshee spawns and the enemy Covenant patrol up ahead. However, this is not a speed run. You can't do it without a grenade jump, so I had to do it the normal way like everybody else. The general strategy here is when one Banshee dies, the other one will run away. So I focus fire one Banshee, not worrying about the other one, and then I run up to deal with the Covenant patrol at the top of the cliff.
heading in. Over here.
You can't hide from me. Yikes! Not more of them! Oh no! Where? Help me help you! I don't need to die like
Look sharp. Covenant dropship on approach. I could use some help over here.
Thanks for the assist on that one. I can't believe I survived. I'm a cowardly fool! I didn't join the Navy to die like this! Happening? I'm a cowardly fool! Save yourself! Thanks for the assist on that one.
We couldn't save her. I recommend that we stay near the beacon and wait for extraction.
It was at this exact moment in the making of this challenge that I realized how much Combat Evolved had in store for me and how much more difficult than Halo Reach this was going to be. Alright. I think that's enough of that. I think you get the point. I'll cut to the successful attempt now. I'm sure you're fed up with the Combat Evolved death animation like I am. So after 100 deaths and blind desperation, I discovered that you can run back, jump up on this cliff face, and hide behind this rock, and in doing so, the Covenant AI has no idea how to attack you, allowing me to clear the rest of the segment relatively easily enough.
Charlie. We read you. Is that you, Fohammer?
Roger, Fire Team Charlie. Good to hear from you.
Fohammer, we need transportation to the command shuttle.
I'm on my way.
More lifeboats. They're coming in fast. If those lifeboats make it down, I think they're going to be right on top of you.
Fohammer, we need you to disengage your Warthog. The Master Chief and I are going to see if we can save some soldiers.
Roger, Cortana.
Now, before I catch any shit for playing on anniversary graphics, I know it's a complete fucking eyesore, but in this case, it is a one-hit kill run. I'm trying to gain every advantage I possibly can at this moment, and here the scenery is a whole lot brighter than in its classic counterpart, so I'm using it as that slight edge. That way I can clear this section a whole lot easier than if I were in classic. Don't worry, it's not going to be anniversary most of this run. Most of it's going to be in classic, as it should be.
Whoa! There it is! Come on, keep it up! Hey, that was mine! Over here! Make them count!
There must be some mechanism to cross this chasm. Look for a control panel or switch.
From this point forward in the video, most of the level will be sped up. This is due to the fact that the majority of the time on this level from this point forward is me sitting in a corner with a sniper rifle slowly whittling away at the Covenant. I'm doing this to save time and repetition, just because it gets kind of boring to watch a guy sit in a corner with a sniper rifle slowly whittling away at health. I will still be explaining any strategies I use as we see fit. However, there's not much of that, so most of the video will be sped up. For the remainder of this mission and most missions following, the entire strategy I'm going to use revolves around the infinite ammo glitch. For those who are unaware, there's an infinite ammo glitch in Halo Combat Evolved revolving around picking up a third weapon while reloading. The method of which this is done is you double tap reload, quickly pick up the weapon on the ground, and you'll still hear the audio play of the reload animation. When the animation finishes, and thus the audio finishes, if you pick your weapon back up off the ground, your magazine will be reloaded and it will not have taken any of your reserve ammo, thus giving you infinite ammo. So most levels from this point forward will revolve around me juggling a weapon to whatever location I hold out in, or quickly just picking a weapon up off the ground and using this trick. This allows me to endlessly use the sniper rifle or rocket launchers or however that ends up playing out in later levels. Now, for the majority of this strategy, the best trick is to use your least valuable weapon to juggle. So in this case, the sniper rifle should stay in my backpack while I juggle my Magnum and the plasma pistol. This reduces the chances of losing your valuable weapon and having to restart because of it. You will not see me do that very often because my dumbass threw it off the cliff multiple times and had to restart, and of course all of that gets cut out, so you don't have to sit there and watch me be a dumbass. Just a little piece of advice should you decide to do this for yourself. I don't know why you would, but just using this trick, general rule of thumb, is to leave your most valuable weapon in your backpack. Kinda obvious, I know, but worth mentioning. Now, quite similarly to the infinite ammo glitch, there's also another trick in Halo Combat Evolved called backpack reloading. To accomplish backpack reloading, you double tap reload and swap weapons. In doing so, you will still hear the audio for the animation to reload. When the audio finishes, you can switch back to your weapon and you will have a full magazine. Now, this doesn't work the same way as infinite ammo, where it saves your reserve ammo. However, it is very handy because you can keep putting ammo down range while reloading instead of sitting through the animation. Very neat trick, not as useful in OCO, but speedruns or just general gameplay if you get in a pinch.
I've called for an evac.
Roger that. Marines, assemble for evac.
For those of you who are unaware of the speedrunning strategies for this level and are wondering why in the actual fuck I just killed the Marines, the reason for that is in doing so that skips a Wave of Covenant and also having to wait for Faux Hammer to come down and pick up the Marines. In the speedrun, that's useful for time. In our case, that is incredibly useful for not having to deal with a fucking headache of dealing with more Covenant than I need to in this fucking arena. Now, I did it primarily using grenades to bait them around the map. As you can see, I'm running around the map trying to find more grenades. The reason for that is because if you shoot them outright, the Marines are understandably likely to turn on you. When you do it with grenades, they are much less likely to turn on you outright. The reason we're trying to avoid these Marines turning on us is because if they turn on us, so does every other Marine in the level. Again, understandably, not so good for our case. So, we're going to do our best to avoid that. I finished the last one off with a sniper rifle. That is okay. One Marine is not going to piss the rest of them off. Heartless, I know, but that's how we have to do it. Moment of silence for this poor elite who just gets absolutely deleted by 2 Marines, and he just stands there. He felt bad for them because he knows that they're about to die anyway, so he just gave up.
There's some Marines hiding in the hills above the structure.
We sure could use your help, sir. Oh, God! No! You're a sight for sore eyes, Chief. We're in a bad way. We've got wounded here.
I'll call in a drop ship to pick them up.
Are you blind? Oh! Oh! Oh!
No survivors, Master Chief.
Nothing too special about the second drop pod. Pretty easy. Snipe away in, grenade my Marines, walk back out the side. Pretty simple drop pod, even for Oko. Now, for the third drop pod is a little more challenging because we actually have to deal with all of the waves of Covenant because we actually need Foehammer to come down. In doing so, we'll actually try to protect the Marines this time if we can. If not, oh well, they die, they die. But, yeah. Sit in the corner, snipe them, use infinite ammo, and wait, essentially. That's this drop pod.
Survivors detected. Marines are concealed in those rocks. Held on a Covenant cruiser, the Truth and Reconciliation, a ship I disabled before we abandoned the Autumn. The Truth and Reconciliation touched down on a desert plateau roughly 300 kilometers outstanding. There's our ride. Get aboard and let's get out of here.
Welcome aboard, Master Chief. Ready for dust off. We should move out, Lieutenant, and then we'll need your help on a rescue mission.
And with that, that rounds off Halo. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I appreciate most of all your patience over these last 7 months of me trying to come out with this video and completely getting sidetracked and not working on it for 6 months. But, you know, that's fine. I am trying to learn a new editing software, and I am struggling a little bit. You'll notice a little bit of inconsistencies with my edits and everything for that reason. I am trying to make a good video, so that is part of why this took so long. I was waiting for the motivation to edit a video to come back to me, so that way I could make the best video possible for you all. Thank you so much for your patience while I learn and everything else. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, tune in for Truth and Reconciliation. Yeah. Peace out.